today I wanted to go over something that a lot of people maybe might not know so much about, and that's debt, money, credit. You open up a business, you spend a lot of your money on rent and inventory and all this other stuff you might need, and expenses that you don't even think about. And I'd like to go over kind of what my initial strategy was when I started and how it's evolved over time. So when I first started, I started with a line of credit. And the line of credit is essentially an open check from the bank up to a certain amount. Usually they require some collateral. So I think we did both our cars and we got like $7,000. And the benefit to that is you can usually borrow a lot more because you're essentially like betting the bank, hey, if I lose all this money, you can have my cars. And it was an interesting kind of journey because there's a downside to that, and that's if you borrow money on a line of credit, the day you borrow it, you pay interest on it. It kind of stinks because I'd rather not pay interest on my money at all. But I had such an aversion to credit cards my entire life that I was just like, I'm just not going to do credit cards. I know they're a scam. I know it's like 40% interest, 30% interest. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to bother with it. I've been in business for a year now, essentially living off the line of credit. The strategy was pay people as much as, pay out the money I have in cash. And then if I ever get low or an opportunity comes up or I guys need to pay my mortgage, I can draw from the line of credit, stop spending, pay off the line of credit, all is good in the world. An advantage to that is I can spend to zero, essentially. Not my true zero because I have the line of credit, but I can spend my bank account to zero, and then if I need to pay my phone bill or that I forgot about or something, I can pull $100 from the line of credit. My phone bill's not 100, but you know what I mean. And it lets you essentially have access to more theoretical money than you do if you just had cash. So the line of credit works. I don't like paying interest, and there's a huge startup cost. It's not huge, but it's like $100, $150 to even set up a line of credit, which I'm not so excited about. But at the time, I thought my only option was a loan, which is to take out the whole amount, pay interest on the whole loan the whole time until I pay it off, which I didn't need all the money right away. I was kind of essentially cash flowing and then using the line of credit as a backup. But what I do now is I just nix the line of credit because I'm not going to renew it. It's too expensive. Borrowing money is too expensive. Isn't that crazy? But so what now I do is I use a credit card, and it is more risky, but the way I was using the line of credit is exactly how you would use a credit card. And that was, I was taking my cash really low, under $100, maybe under $200. And if I needed something, I'll just use the credit and then stop spending. I gotta get my cash back up. I gotta pay off the amount, and just kind of work from that workflow. So I've only been doing it for a few months. I just kind of figured it out, and it's going pretty good. So what I'll do is, I have very little Japanese product right now. So I order the Japanese on the credit card, and it shows up. I have it. I have essentially usually 40, 50 days to pay it, because a credit card works like this. You buy something. This is not financial advice. You buy something with it. It waits for your first statement, and you're like, okay, I owe this amount, and then you owe it the next statement. So you essentially, depending when you buy it, have anywhere from 30 to 55 days to pay it back and no interest. 0% interest sounds pretty nice. There's obviously the trap of you don't want to spend your limit and not be able to pay it, because then you're screwed. So I'm following the same strategy I was doing with the line of credit. I spend up to the $4,000 because I know I can pay it back. make enough money that I know I can pay back within a month. Stop spending, pay it all down, and I can use credit like that to my advantage. It is risky because if I straight up just didn't make any money 1 month, it's not likely, but if it happened, I'm still on the hook for that. You start paying interest and things can get kind of nasty. But it's not the end of the world. You have to weigh that risk with the pros of having the product today. So if I wanted 6 black and white Japanese booster boxes, I could get them. And if I make like $10 or $15 a piece, or if I make even more because people are trading in because I have them and people traded me their stuff, I make money off of that. And so it's just something that it seems scary at first to kind of put so much on a credit card. I'm using it to make money. I'm not using it to avoid responsibility, and I think that's a big difference. And once you look at it, like if you look at it like this, I spent $4,000 to make $4,500, and it didn't cost me anything. I mean, that sounds pretty good. So it's just something to think about. It's been on my mind for a while. So let me know what you think. If you think it's still kind of scary for a credit card, I know interest rates can be crazy, but let me know if you would do that if you started your own business. If you just do the loan or the line of credit, or if the credit card's too soon, because with the line of credit, at least you don't have to pay it back right away. You can hold on to it a little longer. Let me know what you guys think.